And for those of you that are serving for our country right now, may God bless you and keep you all safe. And for those of you that have a loved one that is in the armed forces and not able to be with you guys today, my prayers are with you and with them. I hope that most of you are enjoying this beautiful Memorial Day. I know I certainly am. I'm taking full advantage of it. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out and it's so nice and warm, which is great because it's like freezing in my apartment. But anyway, you guys, I just want you guys to wanted to talk to you about some things. So, for any of you that are dealing, you had a loved one come home from serving and they're dealing with PTSD, please be patient with them, okay? Work with them, just try to help them as much as you possibly can, because God only knows what they actually saw over there, I can't even imagine what kind of horrors they had to endure over there. And, they finally just let them come back to you. Thank God for it, that they got to come home. Because a lot of people, they don't get to come home. They don't get to see their families again. So today, I want everybody to be thankful and grateful for the people that they have in their lives right now. Okay? Because there are so many sons and daughters, or maybe even a granddaughter, or grandson, or a niece or a nephew that are in the services right now that are never coming home again. They might have children, and those children may never get to see them again. So, for those of you that have a loved one that came home, and it's like their whole attitude changed because they're going through something, just be grateful that they're there with you, because not everybody has that luxury. There are so many people that have lost a loved one over there in the armed forces. And I can't even imagine what they're going through, what you're going through, to lose a loved one. It could be a child of yours, it could be a husband or a wife, a son or a daughter that you lost. But today, I just want today to be all about Memorial Day and the people that are serving our country for us. I know I talk about a lot of different things, but today I want to talk about that. Some of the people, where I live here in Illinois, there are people that used to serve and they're homeless, but I am still grateful for them because, they put their lives on the line for us, and they're alive to tell their tale, to tell people what they experienced and what they went through. Not everybody can do that. The war that they fought, World War I or II, whatever, and then some are, not from that war. I mean, they could have fought in a different war and they're younger, but they're homeless, they have PTSD really bad. And it's like, so most of them just refuse to go home because they're still trapped in that mindset of what happened over there in that war that they faced. And it's like, and all I can think to myself is, God, just help them, just be with them today. Be with them every day. Don't leave them. And I'm thinking, there's probably, a lot of people that have given up on them, that just walk by as if they don't exist, And my heart goes out to them because it's not right. It's like their lives matter too, So for anybody that happens to be going through that right now, please know that you're not alone, and that there are people who do care and they're thinking about you, you know? Because personally for me, I think about everybody. I don't think about me. It's not all about me. You know, I think about other people and what's going on with their lives, you know? That's what I think about. You know, but you know, on the bright side of this, the people that that are in the armed forces serving our country, I bet they get to see a lot of beautiful different places. Oh my gosh. Places that they get to see, you know? To travel to those places, man, that's got to be nice, right? Just trying to look at on the brighter side of things, you know, and all that hate and animosity going on over there, where they're at. Sometimes you have to think outside the box, you know, and bring light to the situation, you know. Sometimes that's what you have to do. It's not the easiest thing to do, you know. You're in a situation where, you know, sometimes people are in that kind of a situation where they're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get out of this? Am I going to get out alive? Am I going to be okay? Well, sometimes you have to think outside the box, you know? And, you know, for many years when I was growing up, and some of your parents might have said this to you, so you might know exactly what I'm talking about. You can catch more flies with honey than you can with vinegar. Now, mind you, when I was growing up, I'm looking at them like they're talking to me like some kind of alien language, right? Just a little joke there. But when I got older, I understand perfectly exactly what they were talking about. I'm like, oh, okay, so that makes sense. All right. So, you know, you find yourself in that kind of situation, you know, sometimes the situation might call for that. I don't know your situation or theirs, but, you know, it helps. You know, sometimes you just have to try to look, no matter how horrible the situation might be in your situation, you have to try to make light of everything around you, okay? Regardless of what that situation is, you still have to, you know? And no, I've never, you know, been in the Army or the Navy or the Armed Forces, you know, I've never, Air Force, Navy SEALs, no, I've never done any of that stuff. But I do know people that have, you know, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. I'm grateful for the ones that even didn't get to come home, and even more so for the people who did, you know. And I know a lot of them are suffering because a lot of them might have lost a limb. They might have, you know, their mind might have been messed up pretty bad over there. And all I can think about is praying that somebody will help them, that somebody will see that there is more to that person than that meets the eye. You know, in today's society, people are so vain and so smug and arrogant that all they care is about is the way a person looks on the outside. And it's like, you know what? Beauty is found within. You know, and I talk about this all the time, but I'm going to say it again. You can have the most beautiful woman on earth or the most handsome man on earth, and they can have the ugliest heart that you ever want to meet. Or should I say you don't want to meet? You know, wolf in sheep's clothing sort of thing. Yeah. Me, I look what's in a person's heart, how they talk, how they act. Yep. That is what I see, not what's on the outside. Now I'll admit I used to be like that, like a lot of other people, very vain, like I'd only date certain type of individuals if they looked this way. But as I got older, okay, I started realizing there is more to life than looks, because guess what? Looks can fade. They don't stay with you forever. You do age, okay? Or I should say some people do. But anyway, I certainly hope that everyone is having a beautiful Memorial Day and enjoying their time with their loved ones today. I really do mean that, guys. I really hope that you are, because like I told you before in this video, not everybody has that luxury of being able to spend time with their loved ones, or coming home to their loved ones, to see their children again, to see their grandchildren again, whatever the case may be, Just keep seeing all kinds of critters out here. I'm loving every minute of it too. Love nature. I love it. But anyway, and oh my God, look at these beautiful purple flowers, guys. Look at that. It's my favorite color. Anyway, try to stay focused here. It's kind of hard to do that with all this beauty all around me. But yes. So anyway, I certainly hope that you guys, if you guys can get out, I don't know where you guys are in the parts of the world, but I hope that you guys get out and enjoy the weather and be so grateful for each and every day. Grateful to be alive, grateful to wake up, grateful that you have your family with you, friends, if you have friends, whatever. Be grateful for all of it, guys. Because trust me when I tell you, it can be over in a blink of an eye. Nothing lasts forever, guys. So anyway, I hope that you guys like this video, share this video, follow me on YouTube. My profile picture on YouTube is, I have a pink t-shirt on with a waterfall in the background with some swans. That is my profile picture on YouTube, Nanette144. Please subscribe. I cannot say that enough. Please subscribe. Like my videos, share my videos, because there's somebody out there that needs to hear this message today. Comment, let me know what you guys think. I'd really like to hear what you guys think. That would help. But anyway, stay blessed. I love each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day, guys. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you.